Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world, emperor of Rome, commander of armies, holder of life and death over millions. But when he sat down each night to write, he wasn't thinking about conquest or glory. He was thinking about his son and the 3 lessons he desperately wanted to pass down before his time ran out. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover the exact framework the Stoics used to raise resilient men, and how you can use it starting today with your own son. Here's the truth most fathers won't admit. We're raising our sons in the most comfortable era in human history, and it's making them weak. They've got everything at their fingertips: food, entertainment, instant gratification, but they're missing the one thing that actually builds character: struggle. The ancient Stoics understood something we've forgotten. Comfort is the enemy of growth. So let me share the 3 non-negotiable lessons every father must teach his son if he wants to raise a man who can handle whatever life throws at him. Lesson 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. The first lesson comes straight from Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave. He said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Think about that for a second. Epictetus had nothing, no freedom, no money, no control over his own life. But he became one of the wisest men in history because he mastered the one thing he could control: his mind. Now here's how you teach this to your son: the 2 circles exercise. Next time your son is upset about something, maybe he didn't make the team, or someone said something mean about him, or he failed a test, sit him down and draw 2 circles. In the first circle, write down everything he can't control: what other people think, what happened in the past, other people's actions, the weather, traffic, luck. In the second circle, write down everything he can control: his effort, his attitude, how he responds, what he does next, how much he practices. Then ask him, which circle are you spending your energy on? Because here's what most people do. They waste 90% of their energy complaining about circle 1 and ignore circle 2 completely. Teach your son to pour all his energy into what he can control and watch him become unstoppable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's lesson 1. Lesson 2. Discomfort is the price of growth. The Stoics had a practice called voluntary hardship. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, would regularly sleep on the floor, eat plain bread, and wear cheap clothes. Why? Because he knew that if he only experienced comfort, the moment hardship arrived, he'd crumble. He was training himself for difficulty. Now, I'm not saying you need to make your son sleep on the floor, but you do need to stop protecting him from every little discomfort. Here's what this looks like practically. Don't rush to solve every problem for him. Let him struggle with his homework before you help. Make him finish what he starts. Even when it gets hard, let him experience boredom. Don't hand him a screen every time he's got nothing to do. Make him do hard physical work, yard work, carrying heavy things, getting up early. The cold shower, the difficult conversation, the challenging workout, the moment of embarrassment. These aren't things to avoid. They're the curriculum. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Your son doesn't need another participation trophy. He needs to learn that he can do hard things. Because one day, and that day will come, life is going to punch him in the face. And when it does, he'll either fall apart or he'll stand back up and say, "Is that all you've got?" The difference between those 2 outcomes is whether you taught him that discomfort is something to fear or something to embrace. Lesson 3. Character is built in the dark. Here's the final lesson, and it's the most important one. Who your son is when nobody's watching, that's who he really is. The Stoics called this living in accordance with virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Not when it's convenient. Not when people are watching. All the time." How do you teach this? You model it. Because your son isn't listening to your words. He's watching your actions. When you're stuck in traffic, how do you respond? When someone cuts you off, what do? When you make a mistake, do you own it or make excuses? When nobody would know, do you still do the right thing? Your son is taking notes on all of it. The Stoics believed that character wasn't something you're born with. It's something you build. decision by decision, moment by moment. Teach your son that integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest when you fail, making it right, and trying again. It's about keeping your word, even when it costs you something. It's about treating people with respect, even when they can't do anything for you. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Translation: don't chase applause, chase character. Because at the end of your son's life, nobody's going to remember his highlight reel. They're going to remember how he made them feel, how he showed up, whether his word meant something. So there you have it, 3 Stoic lessons every father must teach his son. 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. 2. Discomfort is the price of growth. 3. Character is built in the dark. Now here's my challenge for you. Pick one of these lessons and have a real conversation with your son about it this week. Not a lecture, a conversation. Share your own struggles. Be vulnerable. Show him that you're still learning too, because that's what fathers do. We don't pretend to be perfect. We show our sons what it looks like to keep getting better. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building character and living with purpose. And drop a comment. Which of these 3 lessons hit home for you? Or what's one lesson your father taught you that changed your life? Remember, you're not just raising a son. You're raising someone's future father, husband, leader, and friend.